So welcome to today's pond visit. Some of you will probably know where I am. I'm at Steve Wainwright and Cat not Cat Wainwright. I'm at Steve and Cat's.
That'll do.
I'll edit that. So I'm at Steve and Cat's in Peterborough. Say hi.
Hello, how are you doing?
Hi. And this is his beautiful pond. So for those that haven't seen it before, how big is the pond?
The pond is 5 metres by 2 metres, 4 foot deep at its deepest point, but it does shallow up twice. This is my department and the plants is Cat's department. Just under 1,500 gallons.
Is that for both, for the total water?
Total water, 1,500. Okay. That's including the 2 easy pods in the greenhouse.
And yeah, brilliant. How many fish have you got? Do you know?
14 in the bottom pond and 17 or 18 in the top pond.
I haven't seen any goldfish yet actually, but there's
the 14 in the bottom pond. The goldfish are quite shy. But in there,
oh, there's one. Okay, and filtration wise, should we have a look inside your filter greenhouse? Worried. Falling in.
You can shut that door. So we've got easy pod on the skimmer. One skimmer. Needs a bit of a clean, my fault. And then easy pod on the bottom drain, 4-inch in. And then a adapted shower.
With the 2 spray bars.
With the 2 spray bars, instead of 1 2-inch, I put 2 1-inch in.
Made a difference, do you think?
Massive difference for me. Change out time is about 5 seconds just to change my filter floss, so I'm very happy with that. Works a treat.
But you're still putting the same amount of water over the shower.
Same amount of water.
It's just purely to get the floss in and out that you did
just
that
to
change.
get the floss in and out. I can't leave things. I used to be an engineer, so I have to engineer stuff out. I have to make it better.
Tinker.
A tinkerer. Okay, I'll go for tinkering.
Okay, so you're not heated.
No. The pond is fiberglass and insulated. Obviously we're inside a greenhouse now, so there's a good ambient temperature for the filtration system. We generally hold around 15.5 degrees even on a cold day now. So.
And we said you've got some covers, haven't you, which are down the side
here.
Yeah,
2 polycarbonate covers.
Which have got
a dual roll now. Winter time they'll go on and stay on, but because we had a visit from the heron, we had to put some covers on. We had to protect the fish, and I just hated the net. It was terrible.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of nets, but they serve a purpose. But
yeah, definitely. But having the net over the plants, they were wrecking the plants once the wind started blowing. So that's why I got the polycarbonate sheet. And on the day that arrived, at what, 3.5 metres by 2.1 metres, lots and lots of wind.
I saw the video of that of you trying to manhandle it. Even even a small bit of polycarb catches the wind, it will snap you off.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
So food-wise, obviously you're using this
EA
yes, stuff.
I took a chance on the EA. We've got the small stuff, which is what we started them all on, but now they're getting bigger.
Same food, just a bigger pellet. Yeah.
On some of the fish you think, oh, could they actually manage one of them? But even the small ones will wolf them down. So that's why we changed, and they're not spitting it out. This is the stuff that they spit out, but we're trying to get rid of it. Don't get caught up in this, it's just going to be a label. This is garden centre shop boat, not very good quality, and they just don't like it. So we get rid of it. And then we've got just standard goldfish for the top pond, which I always forget to feed them. That's Cat's department. She's got many departments.
So basically you're saying the top pond with the plants in it isn't anything to do with you?
Nothing to do with
all
me.
The fish?
No, I don't want to do anything to the fish or the goldfish, anything. The bottom pond is my department. That's why I like playing in here.
It's all very neat and tidy, I must say.
Well, I wish I'd have had a little bit more space. But
there's loads of room. What are you on about? Look. You can get rid of all this rubbish and put some more stuff over here.
No, I would be divorced if I got rid of all these plants. That's again Cat's department, as is all this. This is my department.
It's like his and hers in here, I presume then.
Yeah, She's got lots of departments, I don't want many departments. I just build stuff, she grows stuff.
So yeah, this is very neat. So is that an auto top-up system as well?
It is, yeah, a little bit pricey. This is the mains feed coming in. I shut off the outlet which comes through the dechlorinator. So I'll close this which feeds the filter, and I'll close this which feeds the pond, in order to have the water flow into my cleaning hose. And then once I've done all my cleaning, drop my filters, I'll drop the bottom drain twice, and I'll drop the skimmer once, which is I think just over 100 gallons. And then he hasn't broken anything, it's just a set of steps.
Oops,
Yeah.
sorry.
That's
So it's always on topping up until you usually clean it and then switch it back.
because of the water blade and the wind that picks up, it generally throws the water all over, so we do depend highly on the top up, and it never lets us down. It works perfectly, but like I said, a little bit pricey, but I don't need to keep an eye on the pond level. And then I found a heater. I used to have a heater in my old flat, and I thought, you know, I'll fit that. See how that works in winter. Might be just enough, just to keep a nice ambient temperature.
Well, you covered it, it's in glass. You only need a bit of light, don't you, for it to warm up probably quite nice in there, do you?
Just a bit of light. Very happy with my setup now. We can always improve, but that's the name of the game.
I do like you've labelled everything.
That
That's for that
was
one. That's for that one.
that was a
That's for that.
project for Kat, because if I ever got incapacitated or I was working and she needed to clean the filters, she wanted to identify everything, so I wrote on exactly what it is. The air dome runs constantly. The air cleaning can run the cleaning cycles on both the easy pods, and also on the outside here I've got external air, so I can switch a valve across and put external air on when we've got some really hot sunny days. Clearly not today.
No, it's a miserable Peterborough today.
Miserable Peterborough as opposed to yesterday, which was miserable at Peterborough,
Yeah.
if that's a real word.
Right, so if we can we turn the air off to the pond, see if we can get a better look at the fish?
Yeah, yeah.
We'll turn the air off and we'll go back out and have another look. So like I've asked everybody else, have you got a favourite fish?
I did have a favourite fish. I like the Yamabuki, but since I bought the Goshki, I just love that Goshki now. I have to depend on Cat for big words. I'm from Leeds, I don't use big words. But yeah, the Goshki, when we bought that from Quinnicoy, I was just so impressed with it when we bowled it.
About yourself, Kat, any favourite kind of fish, or? I know it's not in your department because you're normally the top. You're the top pond department, but
I'm allowed to like the fish. Yeah, getting that sugar. I like that. It's the silvery one. That's
the silver white one, yeah.
Yeah.
And that fish I told you about with the deformed pectoral fin,
Yeah.
it's the Deutsch
Sank. Oh yeah, yeah.
See it?
It's got a little Nemo fin, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we can get that on the. Seems happy enough though. Was it?
Since we got clean water, that's the only time when we started to notice it, or rather clear water. Let's see if that lid actually lifted. Doesn't look like it. I have no idea what's going on. Not a clue.
Good little mixed selection of fish as well.
Yeah, we wanted a variety of colour. Initially I wasn't a big fan of Ginrins, but now I am actually. I quite like them.
That's lucky.
Yeah, very lucky.
I think what happens with them, with Ginrin fish, is that they do catch your eye quite quick.
Yeah.
So you might think you sort of a pre-thought of, oh, I don't really like that, and then you see them and they're actually stand out in the pond, don't they?
The colours they reflect in the sunlight as well.
Mm.
I think out of all of them, the one that looks the most perfect to me is the one we call yellow. We couldn't think of a name.
Which one's that?
That's great, yeah.
I got you then, didn't I?
Yeah,
I got you
did
there.
catch me. I wasn't quick enough.
Which
for
one's that? Is that the red one then?
That's it,
No,
that's the red
it's
one, yeah.
the yummy.
That's called red.
It's actually called red.
Really?
Yeah.
So have you got names for some of the fish then?
We've got names for all of the fish.
Go on then, give me a couple of
If
them.
anybody's into women's football, the Deutsch Sankey sounds like Yankee.
Rachel Yankee.
So that's called Rachel.
Okay.
And the rest of them we've got Dot, which used to be a lovely Shisui but lost all the orange apart from one single dot.
Oh, I see on the back there.
Yeah. And then we got Dave, the Kahaku, Red, Yellow, Bob, Clint. We had to call this one Clint because we just did not know the variety. The orange and black one.
It's the fish with no name.
The fish with no name, so that is called Clint.
Ah. Is it what? I can't even tell what colour. Is it a red colour?
It's orange.
It's orange.
Is it?
with black.
It could be. Is it a Mizu Ogon or something like that?
We think we came up with Benny Kikakuru or
Possibly.
something like that. But yeah, not sure.
Some of the metallic varieties actually are quite hard to.
Yeah. I mean, Hariwaki is Harry. We've got Kojaku, which is Kojak.
You have actually got a name for every single fish then?
Every single
Okay.
fish.
The Gin Matsuba is Gordon.
Gordon,
It's the Gin Matsuba.
Okay,
Yeah.
you went for the G.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
yeah. There's a couple we haven't. The Chag's just the Chag.
Well, we were trying to get Dyson and Hoover because
Well,
the
Dyson's
Surigoi and the Chagai just eat quite a lot, so we wanted to do Dyson and Hoover.
Dyson's the Surrogate, definitely. You can hear it when you're in the kitchen.
Eating.
It's up on the side of the
Yeah.
pond, yeah. And the Ochiba hasn't got a name either.
No, I haven't.
No.
Oliver? I'm voting for Oliver the Ochiba.
Oliver the Ochiba, yes.
We can stick with Oliver.
We could have
Have I
Oliver.
just done that? I've just unfortunately
Yeah.
named
We'll
one
go
of the
with
fish in
Oliver.
Stephen Catt's pond, so sorry.
Like a short Wally.
So future videos that come from this pond, we'll have to name it Oliver. Has to be now.
No,
Yes,
no,
yeah.
no. Don't put me under that pressure, because if you don't...
No, Oliver's fine. We'll stick with Oliver.
Wow. That wasn't actually planned, by the way. That was completely just randomly said by me, but it looks like Oliver's now stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a bad name.
Are you listening down there?
Yeah.
It's better than we had a fish in our pond, and my daughter called it Scary.
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 Yep.
And that stuck?
It's gone now, the fish,
Oh.
so...
Right.
We have got a goldfish called Pretty.
Yeah. We bought it simply because it looked pretty.
Let's have a see if we can get some of the goldfish in,
I'll get
actually.
some food out,
Go on then.
and then they'll probably come up for it.
What, for the goldfish?
Yeah.
Pretty, the one with the huge tail. There is two black ones in there as well. One black one.
You've got a fancy Tancho one there as well,
Yeah, yes. Which
Yeah.
is called Tancho.
obviously.
A cheap
I wouldn't
version
expect-
of a Tancho.
I do like the way, actually, you've got sort of the natural kind of planted, goldfishy kind of thing, lily pads and that, and then you...
Filter as well.
Yeah. Which is why a lot of people get into a pond, because this is what you associate a pond with, is it being planted and looking all fancy, rather than a bit of a... Let's be honest, koi ponds are pretty boring to look at, because they're normally just a
They
square
can-
rectangle
they can,
circle.
but we couldn't afford to have these plants in there. The koi had just trashed them.
Yeah, it would be destroyed.
Yeah.
Which is why koi ponds are a pretty boring, barren place.
Yeah. Yeah. We've got some weed growing, if that helps.
I don't know if that camera's going to pick that up. You've got some mega stringy stuff there, haven't you?
Yeah. We're just waiting for the resolve to turn up.
Would you normally suffer? Would you normally suffer from kind of weed this time of year?
Yeah.
What strikes me as odd is some people suffer with flukes, and then all of a sudden we've all suffered with flukes. Then it's pondweed, and we've all got pondweed, but we're in different parts of the country. So how do you figure that out?
But we had weed last year, and because you had to turn the UVs off a couple of times to get the fluke treated.
Yeah.
Recently, which is not going to help.
Well, there's stringweed like that. That's not UV.
Is that right?
No,
Too
that
much for it to cope with that.
you're going to have fun digging that out of the Easy Pod over the next month. Then
I'm not worried about that. It's worked perfect.
it's too easy going. Look, I'd be having a meltdown about that. In fact, I am. You wait till you see my video of the weekend. Nightmare. I've been having nightmares
Another
with weed.
nightmare.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's not about me. It's about you guys.
I noticed there was suffering with your drum as well. I've been measuring up for a drum and I keep having to close the book and shut my computer down.
In fact, is it? I mean, talking about future plans for the pond, is there anything you would change, or is it a drum?
Because we've got the quality of water with the 2 easy pods, I can't justify buying a drum. I cannot. Maybe later, but at the moment, no.
I mean, what would your dream upgrade be? Would it be the drum if there wasn't a money,
It would be
a higher pond? Okay.
Yeah, it was measured up for almost 4,000 gallons. This was the initial pond, ready to develop it later, and in the end it was, you know, I quite like it as it is.
Well, I think with your summary room there, you build it up. Unless you've got a window, you might lose some of that.
The idea was to raise it up to the level of the greenhouse sill and put a window in the end, but you're cutting down in your vision.
It'll be quite closed in this area then.
Yeah. So we'll leave it as it is. We're both happy with it, so we'll stick with
You
it.
should be happy. It's very nice. It suits. It just fits perfect, doesn't it, with everything else and the beautiful garden, as we saw.
Don't forget to mention the treehouse you won't go in.
Yeah, and there's a tree house there. I did briefly look at it. I'm not going up there. Although I'm a window cleaner, I'm scared of ladders.
The water flow in the vase is adjustable as well, so we can create a real bubble on it, or we can just have it like that. But what we generally find is like that, we get birds sitting on it.
Yeah.
Out of it.
Well, we've just seen the blackbird up here having a bit of a flick around with stuff, so no doubt that will get in it.
On there. We've had squirrels come down and drink out the pond.
Get them sitting on the lily
All that cross-contamination and bringing the parasites in. You know, you're gonna cause divide on YouTube now.
Yeah. Or we could just throw chemicals in left, right, and Chelsea.
Oh, and that's the other end of your airline, isn't it? From your auxiliary air.
The only thing that's really bugging me at the moment is a 3-inch outfeed from the bottom of the shower. I've got some old clay pipe to slide over that to disguise it a little bit.
Okay, I don't think it looks too out of place.
Oh, trust me, it does.
Fish are all getting a bit excited.
Yeah,
There you go.
we probably want feeding, yeah.
Yeah.
I might do.
Wait. Nice, do your stuff.
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
But it's just that first one, isn't it, to make that first move.
Yeah.
But do you think they're going, no, you go, you go, no, you go?
Yeah. You go first, you go first. It's the same every night.
They sort of spiral there and spiral higher and higher, and then eventually one will blow the top.
The goldfish comes up all the time.
Yeah.
Not Oliver.
Not Oliver,
No, it's Oliver
not
this time.
Oliver.
So do you have a kind of feeding regime, or do you just feed as and when, or any kind of specific plan?
But as of when, it's kind of when we eat it, but if it's cold, if it's cooler, when we
We
eat,
really need to stick to a
get more
a
often
feeding plan.
when it's warmer.
No, they don't seem too fussed.
Oh, not.
You're scared of me.
What we generally do is if catch feeding, I'll stay well out of the way, so they're not confused or frightened. Oh look, Oliver's coming up.
I think that's the thing. It's just the patience. For you got to put a bit of work in, haven't you? It's just
Yes, yeah. That's tiger.
they're definitely thinking about it, aren't they?
Yeah. Come on, get up there. Ooh, so close. I can see the algae from here, that looks awful. Go on, you know you want to.
Yeah. Good job.
All on camera as well. Like that.
I do like it. It's just that initial, someone needs to go, and you can imagine them talking to each other with, no, it's your turn today. Oh, I had to go yesterday.
They're like
As soon as
teenagers.
they have a mouthful, they all disappear. Get that digested, then come back up again. By the time they come up the second time, you've got cramp banging off the
Well, I thought you had a little blue seat.
I do have a little blue seat, but yeah.
That's a bit wet for that,
It's a bit wet,
probably,
exactly.
yeah.
We usually leave that out.
This seat's perfect unless you leave it out and then you sit on it.
You get wet bum.
Yes.
You get a wet backside.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, as it's raining.
Anyway, so thanks to Steve and Kat hiding inside. Thank you. Thanks for showing me around your pond and garden.
No problem, anytime.
Steve also does have his own YouTube channel, which I'll put a link below. So if you want to check out some of his videos, he posts quite a bit because he's not got a lot on at the minute. Is that right? Is that fair to say? Is that
No, I
right,
haven't got a
Kat?
lot
You
on.
just
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Keeps it out of mischief.
so I'll put a link below for Steve's channel. So pop along and you can see some more of his what he gets up to and some of the things that he does. So thanks for watching, and thanks for Steve and Kat again for inviting me over. Thanks very much.
Thank you.